Hey guys, Ike here from Mike'sOutdoors.com. Today we're going to do a review on the Mamba M34 TF. This is a really nice bow from APA Archery. We're going to show you some of the features of this bow, and then we'll get it in our quick stand bow holder, and we'll show you a close-up on this thing. This is like the Swiss Army of compound bows, so it's got a lot of really cool features on it, a lot of stuff going on. So it'll take a little bit for us to cover them. We're going to cover the specs real quick though. This bow is IBO rated at 355 feet per second, so good fast speeds on this bow. This has a 6 1/8 brace height. This has 75% let off on it. This has an ATA of 34 1/8. This is 3.9 pounds bare bow. This has a draw weight available of 50, 60, 70, and for a little extra cost you can get this in 80-pound limbs. Draw length on this is 1/2 inch increments, and it is module based, and it is 25.5 to 31. Now, before we get into the review on this thing, I want you guys to know right off the bat that we have an upgraded cam on here that normally has the MX cam on here. APA sent this bow to me to do the review on, which I appreciate them doing that, but they upgraded the cam for me, which is super nice. But this is the M1 cam, so it's one of their new cams, and it's got some new features on it we're going to go over and tell you about. But I just wanted to make sure you guys knew this wasn't the MX cam. This is the upgraded M1 cam, which you can order on your bow, on your M34 if you would like to. So we're going to put this in our quick stand bow holder, and we're going to give you some close-ups of this, and we'll give you an overview of all the really cool features that this thing has. Okay, so I went ahead and took this bow out of the quick stand just because it has so much on it. I just couldn't get it in there all the way, so I'm just going to get it close to the camera and move it around as we go. This is the M1 cam, and like I said, this is an upgraded cam from the MX cam. This has a this is a module-based cam. This is available in 1/2 inch increments, and this cam has, or this module has, a string stop built right into it. So this is going to rotate around. It's going to hit your cable. I should say cable stop, not string stop, but it's going to hit your cable, and that's going to be when you're going to hit your back wall. It also has a rotating draw stop in it right here. All you have to do is loosen this bolt up, and you can rotate that thing around. Now that's going to rotate around, and that's going to hit your limb. So gives you the advantage of a string stop as well as a limb stop. So our cable stop as well as a limb stop. So it is a very solid back wall. It is really, really nice at full draw. It is really, really solid. So it's a really nice cam, really innovative and really neat. It's a true dual cam, and it's a good fast cam. So the camo on this is a dissolve camo. We're gonna get up here and show you this. This is a really, really cool camo. If I can get it to focus on the camo and not on me, well, it ain't gonna do it. Maybe I can move out of the way. There we go. This is a really cool camo, and I really like it with this Mamba 34 because it's a Mamba. It kind of looks like a snakeskin type of camo. It's a soft touch camo. It's a soft touch finish. It's supposed to be a little bit warmer. It's supposed to be a little tougher and a little bit less noise whenever you hit something with this thing. So it's a cool looking camo. I mean, just absolutely cool looking, especially on this Mamba. On the front here, we have the carry handle that APA is known for. This carry handle has two advantages. One, it gives you a handle to carry this thing in, and the other thing is it gives you a stiffer riser, so you're going to have less flex in your riser. Down here on your tool center, you got your stabilizer slot there. You got a broadhead wrench. You got a knock wrench. You have a carbide knife sharpener. You loosen this thing up, and you have your cam lock right here, which you can pull this bow back at full draw, slide that into your cam lock, and you can actually work on this bow out in the field. So has a string stop on there, which is actually a limb saver string stop. Got a couple limb savers, one on each limb. Up on top it has your fang, which is to hang this thing off a limb while you're out hunting. Now inside your fang here too, it's also drilled and tapped, and what that's for is they have a little kit you can get. You just turn that bolt in there, and then you can hook this thing up to your GoPro camera. So you can film your own hunts quickly and easily with that little kit. Just put that thing on there, and it's going to give you a good point of view and everything like that, so when you're filming your own hunt. So it also has a rear stabilizer mount here, and it has a rear stabilizer mount here. So it also has a spot for a 2-piece quiver on there, and just, you know, overall the look on this bow is outstanding. It just looks cool, especially with that camo on there. So we're going to go ahead and run this thing through a chronograph. We're going to do our draw cycle test on it, and then we're going to take this thing over and do a little shoot. This is a speed test on an APA Mamba 34TF. This bow is set at 68 pounds, 27.5-inch draw length. We've got a peep sight and a D-loop on the string. First arrow we're going to shoot here is going to be a 350 grain arrow. Next arrow we're going to shoot is going to be a 400 grain arrow. Next one is a 450 grain arrow. Last is a 500 grain arrow. Okay, so we showed you the draw force curve and we showed you the speed test that we put this thing through. The draw force curve is about typical of a bow shooting above 350 feet per second. It's going to build up to its peak within the first 9 to 10 inches. Once it hits its peak, it's going to level out and it's going to hold that peak weight for 10 to 12 inches. And then in the last 5 to 6 inches, it's going to work its way down. Overall, about typical for a bow shooting over 350 feet per second. Now, the speed rating on this, we showed you again the lowest that we got out of this thing, and it ranged anywhere from 3 to 6 feet per second short of what it should have got. But the kinetic energy that we're getting out of this was anywhere from 79 foot-pounds of kinetic energy up to 81 foot-pounds of kinetic energy, which is enough to blow right through anything. And it got really, really close to hitting that IBO rating of 355 feet per second. By my math, the closest we would have got was about 352, 353. So that is really, really close to that IBO speed rating. So I still have this bow maxed out. This is still set on 70 pounds, 27.5-inch draw length. I'm using their TL top load twister rest. We're just going to shoot. I've got some 350 grain arrows, and I've got some of my hunting arrows that are weighing 450 grain, so you can tell and see the difference in the sound. First thing on this bow is I love the feel of this bow. I love the grip on this bow. It's a nice slim grip. You know, it's parked machined right into the riser. It's a great grip. I love the grip. Overall on this bow, when you get it back to full draw, it's got a really solid back wall. It does kind of want to go on you, which we'll show you, but it's a speed bow, so you kind of expect it. So when you get it back at full draw, if you creep with this thing, right there, it's wanting to kind of take off on it. But it's not overall, it's not unmanageable. You can see I can creep with it a little bit, and as long as I'm careful, no big deal. As long as I keep into that back wall, it doesn't want to take off. But if you relax a little bit, it's going to want to take off. Now, back wall, solid. I mean, super, super solid. So, at the shop, that's a 350 grain arrow. So lightweight arrows I can possibly shoot out of this bow. Really quiet, really, really quiet bow, and no vibration on the hand. That riser stiffened up quite a bit with that handle right there. It reduces a ton of the vibration that you would feel. So it is a really nice shooting bow as far as noise and vibration goes, and you're still putting out a ton of speed. Now this is a little heavier arrow. This is a 380 grain arrow. Again, draw cycle, once you get it into that, get over that hump, into the back wall, really, really nice. Cams, no cam lead to be worried about. It's a really good cam, and the cam system is really nice as well. The draw length, for me at 27.5, does feel just a tad long, maybe a 1/4 inch at the most. Overall, it's not too bad. It feels just a touch long for me. As far as accuracy goes, you know, 6 1/8 brace height, speed bow, I get a pretty good groups out of it. I could put up, you know, a 2-inch group at 20 yards, through 30 yards, I'm putting up about 3.5-inch groups. So I get about what I expect to out of this bow for a 6 1/4-inch brace height. Right there. You can see as I'm shooting, of course, you got to keep in mind that I am using a back tension release, so I'm pushing away from me that the bow has just a touch of kick to it. I mean, just as I'm shooting, you'll notice here it will turn just a little bit overall. It doesn't want to jump out of my hand. I'm not using a wrist sling, which this does have. I forgot to mention a couple things. This has a built-in wrist sling right here, so you don't have to use a stabilizer. You can just put your wrist sling in right there. And this has a carbon rod roller guard on here. So those two things, you know, look kind of cool and the innovation. There's so much on this bow that I sometimes forget some of the stuff that's on here. But overall, fantastic shooting bow. And you can see if you just power through that draw, it actually is really pretty nice for a speed bow. And with that 425 grain or 450 grain arrow, dead quiet, dead in your hand, and still putting out, at this setup, still putting out about 79 foot-pounds of kinetic energy. Your momentum is up around the 5 to 6 mark, so your momentum is really good. It's going to hit hard. That's it. That's all the arrows I got. So that is the Mamba 34. Great looking bow, very innovative bow, shoots like a dream for a 350 feet per second bow. It shoots fantastic. I love these bows. I love shooting them. They're so fast. I can put these things down to the 62, 63 foot or pounds that I like to shoot. I can put in my 425, 450 grain arrow, and my kinetic energy is 76 to 78. I mean, and that is enough to knock down just about anything out there. Strings on this bow are good. I haven't experienced any stretch with this thing. Overall, the craftsmanship behind it seems to be really good, really innovative. I mean, this is a fantastic bow. You may see other bows out there that have similar looks to them, but I can guarantee you those bows were not the first to have that look. Those bows are imitating this bow. So, really nice bow from APA. Again, Mamba 34, same as every year. It is a fantastic bow. They consistently send me awesome bows every year. Innovative, cool looking, and just shoots lights out. So, be sure to check this out at APA's website, which we'll put below. And be sure to check our videos out at FullDrawAddiction.com. Full Draw Addiction, we have sponsored. We've partnered up with Full Draw Addiction to kind of do some cross promotion. So they're going to start having our videos on their website, and we're going to help do a little work, for them, and they're going to help us out as well. So check this out. You check out Full Draw Addiction's website. And for more product reviews, how-to videos, you can check us out at IkesOutdoors.com. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Appreciate you guys watching.